Birthday today, so I was just on the phone with her.
Welcome to our Kia WNBA Defensive Player of the Year press conference. Commissioner Kathy Engelbert. Kathy.
Great. Well, it's with the WNBA playoffs in full swing now, presented by Google. It's nice to be here in Minneapolis, as the Lynx, obviously, tonight are set to tip off the semifinals against the Connecticut Sun. And it's going to be a great series, right, Fee? But it is my honor to present Nafisa Collier with this major award, the 2024 Kia WNBA Defensive Player of the Year Award. This marks the first time in her still young career that Nafisa has won this honor. I remember when I just became commissioner, one of my first trips was out here to hand her the Rookie of the Year award, so not too long ago. But in her sixth season, Nafisa ranked second in the league in steals per game, fourth in defensive rebounds per game, and seventh in block shots per game, posting career-high figures in each category. So in addition to being recognized as the Kia Defensive Player of the Year, Fee was named to the All-Defensive Team for the third time and to the All-Defensive First Team for the very first time. And her outstanding all-around performances this season was also acknowledged by the very same voters who selected her as the unquestioned runner-up in the Kia WNBA MVP voting. So with that, Nafisa, I want to present you with the 2024 Kia Defensive Player of the Year.
I don't have much to say besides just thank you to my coaches for pushing me every day. Thanks to BB. I take a lot of inspiration from you. Obviously, we play the same position, so all your tips and tricks and coaching me for the last 6 seasons, I really appreciate all the work you put in. This is our award. Yeah, I'm just really excited to get this series started. I've been so lucky with this team. Number one in the defense. We worked really hard to get there. So again, thank you to the coaches. Thank you to my team for supporting me. And let's keep this thing going.
And then we have some time for a couple questions. Who would like to start us off?
First of all, congratulations, Fee. Such a great honor for you. You always talk about defense first, and then the offense comes with it. We know that you had 80 combined points. Congrats, coming off that sweep. How has your defensive play improved your play overall?
I think just having that overall aggression on both sides of the ball. We always are saying, defense leads to offense because it lets you get in transition and it lets you push the pace. It lets you, get the other team on their heels. So we take a lot of pride in our defense, and it's something that, obviously I've worked hard to improve because I know it's what's best for the team. And so, it's something we've been focusing on all year. So I'm proud to say, what we've been able to accomplish.
The last time you won Defensive Player of the Year, you were a senior in college in 2019. Just what are you most proud of your defensive evolution from a top college defender to now a top pro defender?
I'm proud that I proved Coach Gino wrong. Where is he? I'm just kidding. No, I think just defense is all about effort and, about the way that you play. It takes a lot of brains. It takes a lot of, studying the game and knowing your scouts. And so I think it's just something that, like I said, it takes effort and, working hard on both sides of the ball. It's essential if you want to be a good team. And it's something that I take pride in myself. It's something that all the teams, I've been really lucky that our coaches hold us accountable for that because it's what's in the best interest of the team.
Yeah, Fee, was there one aspect of your defense that you worked on in particular this year?
Probably post defense. Obviously, I think some of the best players in the world are all at the position that I'm guarding, and so you have to be able to, make their shots as hard as possible. Again, BB is really someone that, I've leaned on. She was one of the best defenders in our position as well. So how she was able to do that, we're both undersized, using our length to our advantage and our speed. So taking a lot of, like I said, advice and, learning from BB in the way that she does that. So I've really tried to improve in that category.
We can take one more question for Fee.
Hi, Fee. Congrats again. You guys have talked about all season how much trust there is in the defense and how you've played relentlessly as a team. But only 5 players from last year's team came back, and so I know the chemistry was great in training camp right away, but just how were you all to build up that trust so quickly from game one to now, and just thinking about early season to now, just sort of like what is your perspective on how you were all able to pull that off together?
I think just really lucky with having 12 people who are bought into the game plan and bought into what we're trying to accomplish this year. It takes a lot of trust and that trust is built with putting yourself out there and your teammates have your back in those situations. Maybe you missed a play, but your teammates behind you there to get a block or to get a steal or to get a stop. So that's how you build trust, is brick by brick, day by day, every day in practice. You have your teammates back, and I think we try to establish that really early. We start defense on the very first day with shell drill. And so just really laying that foundation there, and again, just lucky with the people that we were able to bring in this year, just being so bought into what we are as a core.
And then that will conclude the press conference. We're going to take one quick moment to take a picture as well.
Some more exciting news here in Minnesota. It's my honor to present Cheryl Reeve with not just one, but with two major awards, the WNBA Coach of the Year Award and the WNBA Basketball Executive of the Year Award. This marks the record fourth time in Cheryl's illustrious career she's been named Coach of the Year. No one has earned this honor more times in our 28-year history. Cheryl also became just the second person to earn the WNBA Basketball Executive of the Year honor multiple times. So her title is Head Coach and President of Basketball Operations, and she's obviously excelled in both roles. As a basketball executive, she has skillfully put together an incredibly talented roster time and again, and through free agency signings, trades, and the draft, and on the sidelines, Cheryl is one of the winningest and most decorated coaches in league history, with 4 WNBA championships on her resume as a head coach. And going into the season, I know Cheryl had high expectations for the Lynx to build on the momentum of last year, and clearly that is what this team has done, and that accomplishment is really recognized today with both of these awards. So earlier this season, Minnesota also won the championship of the Commissioner's Cup, presented by Coinbase, but knowing Cheryl, I'm sure she'll tell you the job is not finished, and there's another championship that she has her eye on in the team. So that said, on behalf of the WNBA, take a moment today, Cheryl, to acknowledge all that you've accomplished this season. Congratulations, Coach of the Year and Basketball Executive of the Year. We're not going to make you hold both of them.
You know, I think what comes to mind this time of year is all that has gone into the season, and then for us to experience the success. I think of countless hours of work in the off season. You know, whether it's with someone like Nafisa Collier, lots of conversations around what we want this next season to look like. And so while there's one name next to the awards, I can tell you that there are a lot of people that share this award with me, looking no further than Katie Smith, Rebecca Brunson, and Elaine Powell. I appreciate you three for all the countless hours and work that we've shared together. Everything was smooth sailing at all times, and so I appreciate you guys. They've carried me. You know, that we talked about this after the Olympic break. The work that they put in while we were away, and you know, Fee and Lan and Bridget came back from playing for the Olympic teams, and I don't know about them, but I was exhausted. I'm still exhausted, and so those guys carried me. Told the players, this is about them, right? These awards are always about what players have done. I'm standing here only because Nafisa Collier decided it was important to be the Defensive Player of the Year, to put herself in position to be runner-up to a historic performance by Asia Wilson, MVP. So it is always about what your players do. And so I can't thank the players enough for their belief in our franchise and their belief in each other. And it has been an incredibly special team to be around. Every day is fun. You know, how much they enjoy each other each time we show up, and the work. And I've experienced that before. I'm very, very fortunate in my career. I've had this before, so you know what it feels like. So for them to experience this success puts me in this position to be standing here collecting an award. But it is truly about the players' belief in themselves and the belief in this franchise, and I can't thank them enough. Thank you to my wife, Carly, for, and my amazing son. Can't do these things without you guys, so I appreciate you. And Kathy, it's always great having you here in Minneapolis for these occasions, so hopefully we'll be back many times more. Thank you, everybody.
Cheryl, if you would.
Cheryl, you had Hines Allen, you made some big free agent pickups. How did you know all these players would come together and create the chemistry that we see out there today with this team?
That's the thing about, you know, this award. I think about, you know, the Coach of the Year award as well. There are so many great coaches in our league, and there are so many coaches that did a great job this season. So I'm incredibly humbled. The Executive of the Year award is another one where you kind of go, I mean, there were a lot of great off seasons. You know, I look at Seattle and I go, you know, they acquired, you know, key assets to take them from bottom to where they are. I can't tell you that we just said, okay, if we sign Alana Smith, and you know, that if we sign Courtney Williams, and if we trade for Natisha Heidemann, and if we wait until the trade deadline, you trade for Mahisha, that it's all going to fit perfectly. That's just ridiculous, and it's not true. You work hard and you do the things that you think are the best path for your team. Sometimes you get lucky and you get, you know, lightning in a bottle, as they say, and that's what this team is. And so I feel fortunate, and I'm incredibly humbled because, as I said, there were many, many strong candidates for Executive of the Year as well as Coach of the Year.
Cheryl, you say you're lucky, but sometimes it's a feel that you have for players. You've always said that you kind of have a feel of what would work. In addition to winning gold, it's been kind of a crazy year, and I know you got emotional about the support. It's kind of been in a blender for you. Is it even more important because of all of that?
Yeah, probably. I guess so. I mean, you know, a year of, you know, wanting for Fee's gone, but wanting for Fee, it's good. It's just getting warmed up. That's really good for us. But wanting for Fee believes in us so much, believes in everything that we do, and she listens. And I think just wanting so desperately for Fee, you know, to get her to this place that she's experiencing. This is the best team she's ever played on in her young career. So I think, you know, I mean, I think the work that you put in, you hope that it turns out, and you know, you do. This profession is. It's you have to get lucky. It has to work out. We are intentional about who we bring in, no doubt about that. You know, and one person, you know, I can't believe I failed to mention, when we talk about the executive of the year, I am extremely fortunate that I have a team in Claire DeWilliams, who is our general manager, who has, been, sort of the executive executor in so much of what we do, and has made my life, particularly this last year, a lot easier to navigate. And so, shout out to Claire and all her work. And, I'll say to Claire, just like we planned it. This worked out just like we planned it, and we'll toast together. Thanks, everybody.
Larry, thank
Yep.
you.